Welcome in, chat. Welcome in. Oh, Rena, I think that you're kind of covering the thing, so they're going to have you do a writing on your boobs. Let me move you to a bit.
I mean, you're the one who put me there.
Yeah, I know. And in case you never noticed, I'm pretty bad at planning things out, haven't I?
You do need to be better with that.
Actually, let me move you a bit down. Now they're on your boobs. What?
Hmm.
What? To be fair, that is a nice outfit for you.
I mean, I like this outfit.
Yeah. Boing. Alright, let me move you a bit more. Stop joking. Welcome in, chat. Welcome in. My name is Georgia Zura, and with me is my assistant today, or wife, or fellow magic user, or whichever we go through on the day of the week, Rena Aeon. What is it this week, anyway?
I don't know. I'm just so tired today.
Was it the Fae Court, or was it Celtro being Celtro?
I mean, when is Celtro not being Celtro? But no, like, the court's been exhausting.
Oh my god. Yeah, this is why I could never actually do anything with the Fae Court. I would be there for 5 minutes and then immediately a fire would break out.
Yeah.
Well, you know what would always make you feel better?
Food. Food always makes me feel better.
I was actually going to say pet your cat Vera, but yeah, that's also a good point. And not the fact that I have cheesecake hiding here.
My poor Vera has a cone on her head right now.
Oh, what you go through? Surgery?
No, she keeps chewing at her tail. And I just needed to stop her from doing that, so I had to put a cone on her head.
Oof, cone of shame.
Cone of shame, yep.
She's not happy, is she?
No, not particularly.
She's like, Mom, why'd you do this to me? I look ridiculous. Look, I'm trying to pick up some radio waves from aliens.
I mean, she's walking funny because she has it on her head.
I thought that's every animal.
Yeah, and now, because I have her food up, like, I don't have it on the ground, like, I don't know, some people feed their pets on the ground. My cats, I don't feed on the ground. I have them on, like, I have her food on a table for her. And now she just looks at me, paws at the desk that I put her food bowl on, and then meows at me, and I was like, okay, I'll pick you up. And it's not that she can't jump up there. She can. I've seen her jump up there, even without, even with the cone on. She just doesn't want to do it.
Well, she knows you're there, that's why.
Yeah.
So, I actually found out something about my tail. You might like it because you know how you say you're afraid of anything to be done with it because it's spiky?
It is pretty stabby, yeah.
I can close it up. The only thing that I really don't like is that the end piece ends up being like one long needle at that point.
That'd be pretty fucking terrifying.
What? To be like...
What are you, a fucking scorpion?
No. I don't know what I am at this point anymore. I was human, and then a Senatrix gave me her soul, and now I don't know what's going on. Do I still count as human if I was born human and things are transforming later, or no?
I mean, I suppose your original body is still human.
I don't know. Here, why don't you inspect it? I'll take my jacket off. Does it still look human?
Pretty human.
Anything else you need to inspect?
The shirt should come off, too.
Okay, I'm surprised that's the part you're going for and not the lower region.
Listen, okay? I love man titties.
I thought it was ass you like.
I also like ass.
Then I gotta ask, because I never did ask you. Did you see the new Emma Frost? What's your thoughts?
Oh, she fucking thick.
I think you got the same level of thickness on her thighs too, so.
Yeah, some people don't like that design. I don't, because it's not like her. I guess her.
Her original design's actually even more
Yeah.
sexy. That's the thing. And it's like to the point that
They wanted like long hair Emma Frost, where she's wearing like a skin tight jumpsuit.
really, I thought they were trying to go with like the original white cream, which was basically nothing but lingerie.
No, I keep seeing people posting the skin tight jumpsuit
Mm,
and long hair.
I mean,
I don't know. I love the fucking outfit, honestly.
I mean, I get why they did it. It's still a team-rated game. There's only so much you could do while keeping the design with the character, and I think it works pretty well.
I think a lot of people are complaining though that there's a lot of blonde hair, blue-eyed heroines.
Okay, that one you gotta blame Marvel and not really Rivals. Like, that's kind of like their default with some of these characters anyway.
True.
I mean, you really can't blame Rivals when they got an established IP. And of course, if you're gonna have the Fantastic Four, you have to have the Invisible Woman. And Cloak and Dagger, while obscure, you can't really change Cloak and Dagger like that. And if you're bringing Emma Frost, you just can't really get rid of established designs.
Yeah.
Unless you're being made by a game by Ubisoft. Ugh. No. The one that I think that fucked up the Avengers was Square, I think? Their design?
Not sure.
I forgot which one it was.
Can't say.
Look, I'm okay with it, because now they got a whole team of 5 blonde-haired women. So that would be Cloak and Dagger. Technically Dagger, but Cloak's kind of stuck there. Lucky bastard. What, can you blame me for saying that?
No.
Magic, Invisible Woman, Emma Frost, and the best blonde-haired girl in that team, Thor. Everybody's been making that joke. Sad part is, I'm pretty sure Thor would probably join in anyway, be like, oh, I don't understand you mortals, but I'll do it for the fun of the group anyway. Be that grumpy old man everybody loves to have on their team.
I mean, is Thor a grumpy old man?
Not really, but
would you say that his father is grumpy old man?
no, but he is in the Odyssean design. That's why I'm going with that. You know, boy, he's got the beard and everything.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky Cloak.
Loki for president. At least we know what we're getting ourselves into.
Ironically, that makes him more honest than a lot of other things I've seen. Oh, I think I might have gone too far with that because, you know, internet. No, I stand by my statement. We all know that's true. You don't trust anybody with that kind of stuff.
Facts.
Yeah. It literally said on his, like, MVP and everything, I'm going to lie to your face and you're going to love it. And ironically...
Oh, I will let him lie to my face.
It's Loki. He's always going to lie to your face.
Love him.
Yeah, you won't play the game, but you're definitely going to simp if they put the TVA outfit on him.
Oh, I absolutely would fucking love the TVA outfit on him. Gotta have that suit. Oh.
Ironically...
Oh, take the suit top off, though, and make it be like the police gun harness. Oh.
You definitely won't play the game, but you'll simp over the characters.
I love fucking Loki. He's like my favorite character. But I simp for bad boys, so...
Yeah, that explains why you married me. Yeah, weird. First impression was me burning down your cottage.
Lucky, lucky, lucky.
I would look ridiculous as Loki.
I should get Sulfur to cosplay Loki.
I should show you who actually inspired my VTuber, because it's actually a villain. It's a Mortal Kombat villain.
Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, I mean, I'll send you a picture of what he looks like, because this was the MK11 version, but, and I know he's going to look very different than how I look, but he's also a sorcerer, and let me just tell you, I just love this guy, because of how much he's a conniving snake. I even put a lot of that into Jolene. Only Jolene doesn't lie, so. Yeah, this guy.
No. Oh, yeah, I've seen this guy.
Yeah, Shang Tsung. Speaking of sorcery and magic, you know what I always ask. You want to describe the game? You say, it's your stream. You describe it. We do some back and forth. But this time...
Well, I think that they're kind of used to that bit by now.
Yeah. I mean, we could run it to the ground like a really bad comedy. We could always try to take it further. We could start the game. Or we could do a new Smash or Pass with Marvel rival characters.
Oh, you have to get your ass prepared for that. I mean, though, the list hasn't changed that much.
No, I was just gonna, like, put, like, the new characters that they added in. And I could probably just pull it up on, like, the,
Well, I'm pretty tired right now, so we'll have to do that another time.
Yeah, alright. Let's get to the game. If I recall, we are about to go back into court. And the guy you're sipping over is clearly the...
Oh, he's a bad guy, yeah.
He's clearly the culprit.
Oh, I know he is, and
Yeah.
I love it. That bastard.
Yeah, but here's my counter argument. Emma Frost. Yeah, it doesn't have anything to do with the game, but now your brain's trying to think of either one fighting each other for first place in your head right now. I know ways to get around people's mind, especially when it comes to their gooning.
No, you want to know gooning? Trevor Belmont. Ugh.
You know what? I don't blame you. Wait, what's Trevor? Which Trevor are we talking about?
Netflix.
Oh, okay, yeah, I don't blame you. It's the right combination of the Curse of Darkness version of him and their own style.
I love him.
Thought you would goon for Alucard, though. Not gonna lie.
I do like Alucard, but Trevor just hits something so right.
Alright, then my counter argument is Sypha.
Oh, I hit her too at the same time. Put the two of them together, you know? Sylpha and Trevor at the same time? Yes.
We should actually start the game and stop gooning over characters. Wait, one more to goon over. What do you think about, say... I know you like Sephiroth.
Oh, yes.
I'm trying to think of this, like, silver-haired villainous girl I remember I saw. But I try to forget her name.
Well, that doesn't help. There's a lot of silver-haired...
Yeah, villainous girls. Because
Yeah.
silver hair is like a default. I don't know.
Not a complete default, but there's certainly a lot of them.
And the first thing we see is Boing. I forgot. We actually were talking to your character's mother.
The mom.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Let's talk about you. Can you tell me more about Celeste? How did she become a part of your family?
It happened many years ago, back when McCoy's Tavern was still open.
Hang on, let me turn down the game a bit more.
We were closing one night when we found a baby with white hair abandoned in the dining area. We waited weeks for her parents to come by, but no one ever came looking for her.
And that baby was Celeste?
Yes, Flintheart and I had always wanted a child. I thought Celeste must have been a gift from the scaled Lord. But one day I saw Celeste practicing her magic. I think that's when I realized that someone from nobility must have abandoned her at her inn.
$20 says this was an affair child. Not gonna take that bet?
I don't need to. Pretty sure it probably was.
Yeah. Sounds
Usually
like that sounds like some shit they would do.
I didn't care though. I loved her all the same. I'm sure Flintheart did too.
Wait, you knew that she was a mage all this time?
I did. You haven't known her very long, but she's a terrible liar. Flintheart must have noticed too, but I think he didn't want to believe it.
It's my fault. I should have forced him to see the truth. I spoke with Celeste earlier. She thinks that her father hated her because she was a mage.
There's no way he could ever feel that way. He loved her more than anything else in the world. No matter what he said to her that night, nothing would ever change that. Celeste was the world to him. When we adopted her, it was the first time in decades that I'd seen him so genuinely happy.
That must have been really close.
More than anything. Do you want to hear a story?
Ooh, sure.
Celeste had just returned from her travels. She wouldn't stop talking about the foreign drink that she loved. I think it was called lotus juice or something strange like that.
Oof. You ever had lotus juice before?
No, I have not.
Don't. I hated how it tasted.
What does it taste like?
What's the best way to describe it? So obviously it's flour based, so you know it's kind of earthy. Imagine like month-old Mountain Dew that was stuck inside a dried up riverbank. That's the best way I can describe it. It was like, oof.
Part of me is curious.
Yeah, well, I regretted trying it. They said it's supposed to be good for your circulation and everything, but I was just like, I can't drink this shit.
I tried kombucha once and it was awful. I hated it. Well, Flintheart did everything he did to have it shipped here. Held in a bunch of favors with his revolutionary friends. But in the end, he was only able to get a single bottle of it.
Is it really that rare?
Yes. I wouldn't be surprised if there was only one bottle of lotus juice in the region.
Wait a minute. Lotus juice? Is this the bottle Flintheart brought? You showed her a picture of the shattered bottle that you found next to Flintheart's body.
It is. Oh, no, he was gonna surprise her with it.
I found the broken pieces next to Flintheart's. Well, I found them in the dining area.
That's strange. He'd been keeping it in her room so she wouldn't find it.
Really? When was the last time you saw it?
Right before I left the house last night. It was right before the big argument.
So it wasn't just lying around in the bar. He decided to retrieve it after the argument.
Because he wanted to make it up to her.
That definitely seems like something. I've actually had this happen to me one time too. Alright, you think you've investigated everything you can for now, but there's still one thing you need to do. You ready yourself one last conversation with Celeste. Well, time to go see her. You sure you really want to try lotus juice?
I mean, I'm willing to try it.
I'll see if I can pull up the recipe.
Oh, you're back. Did you forget something?
Actually, there's one last thing I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh?
Earlier you said something that just can't let go. You said that your father died hating you. But after everything I heard about him, I don't think that's true. Your father loved you, Celeste, even in his final moments. You desperately want to reach her. If she keeps believing that he hated her, that thought will eat away for the rest of her life. You know that better than anyone. She's just lying to make me feel better. But it looks like it won't be that simple. You'll need to win an argument against her if you want to see the truth. You probably shouldn't show this to her. She's already been through enough. Well, Celeste believes that her father died hating her. But after seeing them together and learning about them, you know that can't possibly be true. You just need to convince her of that. Ready?
Yes. I know you're just trying to make me feel better, and I really do appreciate it. But everyone knows that my father hated mages.
I don't know if it's my place to say this, but there's a reason your father hated magic so much.
What?
When Flintheart was a child, he had a sister. She was tragically killed by a mage decades ago. That's why he had such an immense hatred for magic.
I never knew. But that doesn't change anything. That's all the more reason for him to have hated me. I knew how much he hated magic, but I still learned to use it anyway. Magic killed someone that he loved. No wonder he was furious.
Was it really? It was selfish to learn magic.
She did it though. She did it to help them pay the bills.
Yeah. That's the thing, though.
It wasn't selfish.
But you didn't learn magic to benefit yourself, did you? You learned it to save your family after the tavern was shut down.
That's,
You're a good person, Celeste. You did everything you could to help your family. I'm sure your father recognized that.
Just shut up.
What?
Shut up. Just stop it.
Whatever composure she had before is slowly breaking down.
You weren't there. You didn't hear what he said to me. I could see in his eyes. There's no way he could forgive me.
Oh, really? Take a look at this picture, Celeste.
What? A shattered bottle? Wait, is that a bottle of lotus juice?
Do you know where I found this? On the floor of your family's inn.
What? That can't be true. I tried to find it here, but no one sells it in Wyvern Guard.
Your father knew how much you loved this drink. He called in quite a few favors just so he could have it imported for you.
What? He did that?
Your father didn't hate you, Celeste. He loved you more than anything.
That doesn't change anything. If he did that all for me, it was before he knew about my secret. I'm sure he never would have done that if he knew the truth.
That's not true at all.
What the hell would you know about him? You barely even knew him. How could you possibly know how he felt about me? Don't you think I want to believe that he still loved me before he died? But I know the truth. There's no way he could ever forgive me for what he did.
It's not just the fact that he bought the drink for you. It's also where the bottle was where it shattered.
What do you mean?
Your mother said that the bottle was stolen in a room before your argument. But I found the shattered bottle in the lobby, where his body was. I ran into him before I went to look for you. He was going upstairs to his room. That can only mean one thing. He went to retrieve the bottle after your argument ended.
What? Why would he have...
It's because he was going to give it to you, Celeste. He was going to give you a gift to apologize for what he said to you.
He was gonna apologize?
Your father loved you, Celeste. And as tragic as it is, he was going to try to apologize to you before he was murdered. I don't like this. My daughter, working as a mercenary of all things.
Come on, Dad. You know I can handle myself.
I don't doubt it. But you still shouldn't have to risk your neck for our sakes.
They closed the inn. We won't be able to survive unless I do this.
Just be careful, okay? I don't know what I'd do if anything happened to you. No matter what anyone says, you're our daughter. And we love you till the day we die.
Dad, how could I ever think that... I'm sorry. Dad...
Celeste has barely been keeping it together throughout the whole argument, but her realization is finally causing her to break down. She begins crying loudly as she quickly embraces you in this cold, dark place she probably hadn't felt warmth of any kind for days. You're caught off guard and feel a little embarrassed, but you comfort her while she vents her emotions.
Bam.
Are you feeling better?
Yeah, I think I'm okay now. I've been thinking such horrible things this entire time.
She looks at you and gives you a warm smile. It's probably the first time you've seen her genuinely smile this whole ordeal started.
Thank you. But is everything really going to be okay?
I'll make sure of it. I'll get justice for you and your father. It doesn't matter who stands in my way. Even if they're a man, king, or god.
You're completely different now. What happened to the nervous wreck from before?
Please forget about that. Anyways, take some time to rest. The trial is going to resume soon. With that, you've done everything you can for now. You learn a lot about what happened the night of the murder. You just hope it's enough. But even with your investigation, you still don't know what the prosecution has planned.
Has Pierce told you all the details, Mr. Rudolph? Would you remember them?
Why, yes. I pride myself on my How the fuck you pronounce that?
Adectic?
Adectic?
Adectic is my best guess.
I'm just gonna say photographic. Make it a hell of a lot easier. I pride myself on my photographic memory.
Just so there are no misunderstandings, I do not approve of this.
You said it yourself, Lady Steelwind. There's no possible way that I could have done the deed. It has to be the bastard child. We don't know what sort of tricks Ruby Tamura might pull tomorrow. Just see this as a way of securing a just verdict. Alright, it's time.
Ooh, Cuthbert.
Oh, hi, Miss Tamura.
You're a lot less jumpy than you were yesterday. I'm glad to see that you're finally getting used to things. So, what did you find in your investigation?
Tell Miss Tamura about everything you've learned over your investigation.
There aren't a lot of clues that point at what actually happened.
Yeah, I know. A lot of details about the crime scene, but nothing about the crime itself. This means I'll have to solely rely on pointing out contradictions in the witnesses' testimonies.
Being reactive to the prosecution's move is a valid strategy. Honestly, I think it was a miracle you just got the commander to cooperate with you at all. He's kind of a douche.
Yeah, that's almost like everybody of a higher power is some sort of douchebag.
Seems weird.
Yeah, I wonder if that's the reason that a sorcerer hates all of royalty.
Would be.
I'm surprised you didn't point out contradictions right now. This would normally be the point where you point it out.
I mean, not every royalty is a dick.
Yeah. They just take dick. What? I heard that snort. Look, I still think Seltrode managed to do that with the prince.
I would not allow that. Owen is hands off. He is my no touchy touchy.
Yeah, and Adam Warlock thought he got it on with Squirrel Girl. Remember that video I showed you?
I told him, and he needs to make sure he upholds the promise of no touchy touchy.
Yeah, but I'm gonna laugh if he actually says, "It wasn't Rena, it was Seltro." I'd be laughing my ass off if that actually happened. Actually, I want to ask about that. Did something happen between you and the Commander White?
We banged once. It didn't work out.
What, it last only like 50 seconds?
Abysmally.
Yikes.
Absolutely no foreplay.
Did he just shove it in there dry as hell?
Dry as all hell.
Oof. That's fucked up. Miss McCoy, please proceed to the courtroom with your counsel.
Let's go, Tyrion. The trial's about to start. You should go.
Yeah, before the both of us make even more bad sex jokes.
Could be. The judge is waiting.
Right. Another secret is left buried between you two. Yeah, but considering it's the you and me, we always make these kind of bad jokes.
Very true.
Because let's be real, neither one of us is mature, even with all our knowledge of all the magic.
Hmm.
What?
I don't know if I'd say that I'm not mature.
You literally in the middle of some things just say the P word.
That's because I enjoy it.
See? Meanwhile, I'm a lot like Soul Bad Guy. I have all this knowledge. And still my first thing is just to punch it. Yeah, people forget that he's actually the main character of Guilty Gear, the one everybody calls Mr. Fist, the one who does the dragon install. Technically, he's a scientist. Oh yeah, court is now resumed for the trial of Celeste McCoy. Let us review the proceedings from yesterday. Yesterday, we found out that the commander was a dumbass and didn't show us the actual layout. I mean, the defense presented some shocking oversights made during the investigation.
Yes, I personally saw to it that the investigation was conducted properly this time.
I don't even blame her for being mad. That was actually a major fuck up. Even Dick Gumshoe didn't do anything that bad. Oh, I see. I suppose that puts my mind at ease.
At yesterday's trial, we found inconsistency between the crime scene photo and the autopsy report. Because of this, the defense tried to push the following narrative. That a third party must have interfered with the crime scene to frame the defendant. However, the prosecution has discovered another explanation. Because of that, the individual who discovered the body would like to testify as to what he saw that night. His eyewitness account will clear up what actually happened.
Interesting. It was my understanding that the individual in question wanted to remain anonymous.
Supposedly the witness was within the gallery of the trial yesterday. After yesterday's proceeding, he felt that he couldn't stay silent any longer.
So that's her plan. But why would the witness change his mind like that, paid off? Did Steelwind persuade him, or...
Persuade him?
Yeah, persuade him, or is there something else happening here? Very well. Let us hear from the witness. Witness, please shave off that ridiculous mustache. It does not look like it was grown in at all.
It looks like he's got pubes on his face.
That's the thing. It's that half-ass look. Not really a fan of that kind of design.
Yeah, baby. Are you being a baby?
See, immediately you're in a good mood because cat.
No, it's my doggy.
Oh, dog. Sorry, dog. My name is Rice Reginald Rudolph. I am the chauffeur of equine variety.
Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer.
I'm terribly sorry, but I'm unfamiliar with that profession. He means... Oh, sorry, it's you.
He means to say that he's a carriage driver.
Oh, I see. But in any case, it is my understanding that you found the body. Am I correct, Mr. Rudolph? Rudolph appears to be writing something on a notepad. He writes it with incredible speed. His pen only touches the paper for maybe a second before it's filled an entire page. Mr. Rudolph? Oh, forgive me. I was merely taking notes on the people in this room. Taking notes?
The witness has certain compulsion to keep a record of every event that he witnesses.
I see. That will totally not bite him in the ass during one of the testimonies. Then I assume we will receive an accurate testimony of how the body was found? Actually, I witnessed much more than that. I saw the crime as it was being committed, and I wrote down everything that I saw. What? That is quite the claim. If that's true, why did you choose to remain silent until now?
We had initially concluded that the evidence alone was decisive enough. Therefore, we saw no need at the time for his testimony. However, those circumstances clearly changed during yesterday's trial.
There's no way the prosecution would have leveraged eyewitness testimony from the start. Something else is happening here. Very well. Mr. Rudolph, please testify to the court about what you saw that night. I was transporting a client in my carriage that evening. We were driving by the McCoy Tavern when we heard a disturbance. This occurred at 1:28 a.m. Worried that something was amiss, I walked into the establishment to see what the commotion was about. There I saw the defendant. She was lit by the blue glow of the dining room lights. She had stabbed Flint Hot McCoy. I already found a contradiction. She removed her sword from Flintheart's back as she slowly turned to face her, then stabbed him again in the front. She soon realized that he had witnessed her heinous. She let the body fall to the ground and fled the scene. Incredible. If everything occurred as the witness described, then I see no room for debate.
Of course, the evidence has always been irrefutable.
You don't remember seeing him when you left to look for Celeste, but it was pretty dark. Celeste, did you see that man that night?
No, this is my first time meeting him. And I didn't see him when I ran out of the tavern that night.
I ain't trying to go for a soft voice, but can you actually do it a little bit louder?
I can try.
So he has to be lying.
Does that mean he's the one that killed my dad?
She tries her best to hide it, but you can sense her restlessness. It's hard to say right now, but it's definitely a possibility. The defense may begin their cross-examination. So, you and I all saw the same contradiction, right?
Oh, 100%.
This thing's been broken for a long time. Those lamps can't be used, so you can't see shit.
Yep.
Mr. Rudolph, you testified that you saw my client murdering the victim, and you supposedly saw her casting magic while doing so. Yes, I could never forget such a grisly sight. The moment was burned into my memory. I see. Well, it's funny that you say that. How so? Because your entire testimony was a complete lie. What?
Are you accusing the witness of perjury? Surely you know that such accusations can't be taken lightly, Mr. Cuthbert.
My accusation is far from baseless, Prosecutor Steelwind. Take a look at this report. The dining room lights are artificatory devices that are powered by an arcane power cell. However, that same arcane power cell was broken during the time of the murder. The dining room lights had no energy and the room would have been pitch black. The witness couldn't have seen anything, much less a homicide. Wait, I can explain.
There's no need, witness. You could have easily seen another source of light. Perhaps one of the McCoys lit a candle because of the blackout.
The witness clearly described the source as a blue light. A candle or lantern wouldn't have emitted a color of that light.
Then the witness was clearly mistaken.
The witness records everything he sees in his notebook. He even remembers the exact time that each event occurred. So why would he be incorrect about a clear and obvious detail? No, what the witness saw was clearly some form of magic.
Arya Steelwind is correct. She wins her court case, Your Honor.
Jesus Christ. You called me the Sim Celtron. That's the first thing you type in? And due to the lack of power, it couldn't have been artificatory. It must have been an arcane spell. That's it. What is it, witness? I must have made an incorrect assumption.
She just has the most lovely voice.
Jesus Christ. You can't call me the simp when you're doing this right now. And I'm defending the person doing the same voice. Please allow me to revise my testimony. What do you think of this prosecutor Steelwind?
I'm not simping, I'm stating facts. If the witness wants to revise his testimony, then I see no harm in obliging him.
And you, Mr. Cuthbert? If he thinks he saw something different, then it's only fair to hear him out. You'll tear through each one of his lies no matter what he does. I remember now. Yesterday, it was revealed that Flintheart was killed using magic. It must have seen Flintheart's daughter channeling a magic spell. The spell was called Mage Blade, am I correct? That's it. The blue glow from what seemed to be created by a Mage Blade. I see. So the blue light that you saw came from the defendant's magic. Mr. Cuthbert, you may proceed with your cross-examination. With pleasure. So, anyone want to tell him what Mage Blade actually looks like? Where is it?
I think you have to do the next line.
Here it is. Yeah. There's one problem. He said that Mage Blade has a blue light. But
No, but you have to do the next line because...
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
Yep, that one specifically.
Mr. Rudolph, you don't know much about magic, do you? Of course not. Are you trying to say that I should recognize Celeste's magic blade? No, I admit that you probably wouldn't know about Mage Blade, but that's exactly where your mistake was. My mistake? Mr. Rudolph, if you were aware of how Mage Blade works, then you would know that the spell emits a yellow radiant glow. Which means the blue glow you saw couldn't have been Mage Blade.
This is ridiculous. I'll grant you the witnesses clearly remembers seeing a blue glow. But what significance would such a minor detail have?
It's extremely significant, Professor Steelwind. If the witness did see a blue magical glow, then he must have witnessed another spell at the scene.
Preposterous! You don't have any evidence to back up that claim.
The blue light made a large impression on the witness. He wrote it down in his notebook, and he specifically mentioned the color. There is no way to be mistaken about something like that. So what did you really see, Mr. Rudolph? Did you see my client at the scene casting a spell that she couldn't possibly cast? Or did you see another mage at the scene? Well...
Your Honor! The defense has no right to accuse the witness like this.
Let me remind you that perjury is a crime, Mr. Rudolph. If you are found to have lied in your testimony, you will be prosecuted. No, wait, please. No, that is quite enough of that. Garrick Pierce suddenly stepped down from the gallery and walks to the witness stand.
Hello, handsome. I fluff up my hair.
Give me the water bottle. I gotta spray Renna real quick. He's breaking every possible rule in the book, but no one in the room moves to stop him. The bailiff looks to the judge nervously, but the judge just narrowed his eyes and carefully watches Pierce. Pierce, meanwhile, shoves the still flustered Rudolph off the stand and begins addressing the courtroom. What is he even doing here? I will not stand by while you harass my servant.
Pierce, we discussed this. There's no need for you to take the stand.
And what, pray tell, did they discuss?
Oh, my, lovely change of attire, that's for sure.
Nonsense. I have nothing to hide. And if you had done your job properly, I wouldn't have needed to intervene. Dick.
You know, why don't we go and, leave this place?
For the first time, Steelwind doesn't seem to have control of the situation. What is the meaning of this, Miss Steelwind? Who is this man?
This is Garrick Pierce, Your Honor.
That is Lord Garrick Pierce to use, Steelwind. Oh my god, I'm gonna kill this guy.
Ah, yes, Lord.
I am the honorable
Pierce.
heir of the Pierce noble house. Hey, you know houses are flammable, right? Inbred little fuck. And in any case, I must apologize. I'm afraid that these misunderstandings are entirely my fault. What do you mean? You see, Rudolph wasn't the one who witnessed the crime that fateful night. It was me. I was the one who witnessed the crime. I had my driver report the body so that I can remain anonymous. What? Are you saying that you had Rudolph lie for you? I simply dictated to him what I saw and had him repeat that to the law enforcement. It simply wouldn't do the member of nobility to appear publicly in court. Lord Pierce, regardless of your intentions, this is very clearly an act of perjury.
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 Perjury. But from the look on the judge's face, you can easily tell he won't face any actual consequences. I understand, and I will accept the consequences of that. But
Which will be none.
But I would be remiss if Rudolph's shoddy testimony allowed the girl to escape her crimes. Please let me testify what I saw that night. Very well. This is highly irregular, but I believe the court will benefit from hearing your testimony. However, know that this misconduct has hurt your credibility. Very well.
So, why don't we get out of here, you know? I think we can find better things to do.
Someone hand me the water bottle. I gotta spray it all over Rena's face to wake her up.
Oh, I'm awake. And I'll be putting him to sleep.
On the night of the murder, I found myself unable to sleep because I have a very horny witch right next to me. So I went on a leisurely carriage ride around Cornhaven.
Oh,
I
yes,
happened to be passing by the McCoy's Tavern when I heard a loud commotion from within the building. Curious, I stopped my carriage and took a single step inside the establishment. That is when I saw the scene inside. I saw the defendant stabbing the poor man twice with her sword. Garrick Pierce, he's a member of the nobility.
He was busy doing other things in that carriage.
People look at me pissy when I say stuff like that to hot women, but Rena can get to say it scot-free.
That means he's probably a mage, right? He's the only other mage there that was there that night. Does that mean?
There's no doubt about it. He's the only person that could have left a trace on transmutation on the body. He has to be the mage that we're looking for. Sorry, this must be a lot for you right now.
Don't worry about me. Focus on taking him down.
Will do. And there's one thing I like, is putting these prissy nobility in their place and reminding them that in the end, they all die the same.
Oh, I'll take him down.
I don't mean that way, Rena, and I will stop you if you try. If he was at the tavern entrance, that would mean that he was here. That's what I think I should be pressing, so yeah. You saw the entire scene from the tavern entrance? It would be quite dark considering that the lights weren't operational. Even if my client was using Mage Blade at the time. Cock blocker? No, I am just doing my job.
Oh, I'll do my job thoroughly.
Oh my god.
Selcher, you want to join in?
I got a feeling by the end of this stream, you both are going to hate me for what I'm going to be doing to this guy. Of course, I'd forgotten that detail. I couldn't see what was happening. I used my magic to illuminate the scene. You used magic at a crime scene? Yes, I remember it clearly. I conjured a blue light to illuminate the scene. The same blue light must have been what my driver saw. Thought that Rudolph didn't witness the crime at all.
If I had to guess, Mr. Rudolph must have seen the blue light from the carriage. He must have made that detail part of his testimony earlier.
That actually makes a lot of sense now that you think about it. Rudolph was so sure that he saw a blue light, it would be strange if he was lying about that. But anyways, which spell did you use to illuminate the crime scene? It was the Conjure Light spell.
Oh, I'll conjure
That doesn't work.
a candlelight
Still doesn't work.
for a lovely dinner date
Just stop, Rena. You're kind of falling
that we will
apart.
have after the court case.
Your Honor, if the witness used magic at the crime scene, then I'd like for a spell compendium to be added to the court record.
I see no reason to invade this witness' privacy over such a trivial illumination spell.
I agree. The defense would need a stronger reason to requisition the witness's spell compendium. Right you are, Your Honor. Your wisdom is truly fitting of your station. Oh, shut up.
Yes, mage hand.
And I assume that
Very-
you're going to
very
say that
useful.
she stabbed them from the opposite sides each time? Of course. Mind you, I have no idea why she would act like that. But I can prove that she didn't exactly do what I described. I suppose not. At least not yet, anyways. Pierce is definitely the real murderer. That means there has to be a lie somewhere in his testimony.
Keep saying that he stood at the entrance the entire time. If he killed my father, then he would have been further in.
Right. Is there any way you can prove that he was further inside the building?
Press him?
I want to take a look at what I got right now. Oh no, that's blood. I was almost thought that was footprints.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm saying you should probably press him.
Yeah. This was the map. This guy was there, so... Let's go press him with the earlier stuff. Well, no point of this one. That's clearly a throwaway line. I'm guessing the commotion was the argument between my client and the victim. We'll conclude that yes.
As we all know, both of them came quite loud during their argument. It's not unreasonable to say the witness had heard them from his carriage.
Casting a spell seems a pretty significant detail to forget. For you, maybe. But for a practiced mage like myself, using magic is as natural as moving my arm. You admit you don't know...
I'm so curious how Seltzer would sound doing this voice.
I don't know, you want me to pull him in?
I'm really curious how he would play this character.
I'm kind of curious too. Should we pull him in?
I don't know if he would.
Alright. You probably can't right now. You admit you wouldn't know what it's like to be a mage. I think I almost pressed everything at this point. It seems like a strange way to pass the time. Not that you believe him for a second.
The witness eccentricities are besides the point. What matters is that he clearly was at the scene.
I wouldn't put it quite that way, but nevertheless.
Did you press that he stepped a single foot inside the tavern?
Yeah.
That one?
That's where we got the map, remember? That's where we got the map.
Yeah.
So this is, you saw the entrance from you saw the entire scene from the entrance tavern. It was dark with the lights operational, even if my client was using Mage Blade at the hand. You used the magic at the crime scene.
Right.
Yeah, this was everything we pointed out earlier. You say a conjure light spell. We tried to say to use this guy as a compendium, but they wouldn't agree.
What items do we have to present?
That's what I'm trying to remember. The main thing we gotta do is present. Here. "15 feet, but the map is pretty small, so this is a 5 by 5 foot. Wait.
Well, 15 feet wouldn't reach.
Shit, that's actually a good point.
I would present the fact that the spell is only 15
the spell
feet.
itself, got it.
Yeah.
Lord Pierce, you said that you illuminated the scene when the tavern entrance, and you only took a single step from the building? Of course. I remember it very clearly. I stood only at the entrance. In that case, I would like for you to take a look at the map from the tavern. If we take a look at the map, this would be the place you hear where the W is. Am I correct?
D&D map.
Of course I was. I did not know what you wish to achieve by having me repeat that fact. Well, I find it interesting that you illuminated the crime scene from all the way back there, considering that Conjure Light only illuminates an area of 15 feet. What?!
The spell's range is irrelevant. We've already established that the victim would have been illuminated by Mage Blade.
During his testimony, Lord Pierce clearly stated that he could only see what was happening. That's why he had to cast Conjure Light in the first place. However, Conjure Light doesn't work like a normal source of light. It only provides illumination up to 15 feet of the caster and no further. If he had stayed at the entrance, the spell wouldn't have done anything to help illuminate the scene. But what does this mean? Lord Pierce, did you illuminate the crime scene or not? Well, I can answer that question for you, Your Honor. Lord Pierce dared illuminate the scene of the crime. He illuminated it because he was standing right where it happened. Mr. Cuthbert, are you trying to say that Lord Pierce was that close to where the murder occurred? How would that be possible? Well, there's only one way this scenario would make sense, Your Honor. And that would be if Garrett Pierce was the one who murdered Flintheart McCoy. Hold on for a moment. Oh, I love seeing these noble little pricks squirm. And they burn just as fast, too.
I would like to see him squirm.
Sorry, but I'm going to make sure this guy does not go out to see the light of day.
At the touch of my fingers.
Oh my god. You know this is simul-streaming on YouTube, too, right?
That's fun.
If anything happens on my channel, you're paying for it. I could have easily used a different spell to illuminate the room. And which spell would that be, Pierce? The name escapes me. I'm not sure which one it is now that I think about it.
You idiot. Royal penis is the best.
Well, maybe we can figure it out together when you relinquish your spell compendium to the court. What? This is clearly a violation of my privacy. Steelwind, why aren't you objecting to this?
If you had listened to my instructions, you wouldn't be in this situation. You've made your bed. Now lie in it.
Steelwood, you treacherous! That's enough. It appears that the prosecution has no objections.
Next to furnace, of course.
I'm sorry, what? If everything that has occurred, I must ask that Lord Pierce relinquish his spell compendium to the court. I'm gonna take a look. Let me see. Conjure light, conjure water, frost wave, shape liquid, prestidigitation. Caster creates a simple, harmless visual effect around the hand. This effect will last as long as they maintain concentration. Causes water to magically flow out of the caster's hand. The water will flow so long as the caster remains concentration. Anything caught within range is hit with a blast of extreme cold air. Liquids hit with this will be frozen, and organic life will enter the stages of hypothermia. While concentrating on the spell, the caster can magically manipulate up to 10 liters of liquid and form into a complex shape. At any time, the caster can choose to freeze the liquid and solidify its current shape. When frozen, the caster can also choose to make the liquid instantaneously melt.
Like a sword.
Exactly.
Good job, Tyrion. We got a spell compendium.
With that, the case is as good as yours. Or is it? She didn't even try to stop you from taking a spell compendium. She wouldn't let that happen just to spite Lord Pierce. She definitely still has something up her sleeve.
Doesn't look like he has another light spell.
Your Honor, I looked at those spells in Lord Pierce's compendium. Conjure Light is the only spell that can cast that would shed a blue light. That renders his testimony and many of his statements false. Oh,
yes, be angry. Take your anger out on my body.
Oh my god, Rena. Did you seriously change into your ballroom outfit?
Oh, you've missed that. I did that a while ago.
I'm kind of paying attention to the game, so you can practically hear.
I did it as soon as he walked in the scene.
You can practically hear Lord Pierce grinding his teeth. Your Honor, Lord Pierce could have very well be a suspect in the murder of Flintheart McCoy. The defense argues that this presents enough doubt to acquit the defense. I acknowledge that Lord Pierce's actions are quite suspect. However, I will not pass a verdict just yet. There is much more we need to learn.
What? That's not how it works. We proved that there's reasonable doubt. This should be enough to acquit me, right?
In a normal case, yes, but it's different for this trial. The public won't accept an unsolved homicide involving magic. Unless we can unequivocally prove your innocence, the court will keep drawing out this case.
What? But that's not fair.
That's just how the system works. Our court system doesn't exist to exact justice. It exists so that the kingdom can save face.
No.
However, the court will be suspending the trial of Celeste McCoy until further notice. That is, until Lord Pierce can be investigated as a possible suspect.
Oh.
Objection!
There it is.
Daddy. A possible suspect? The very idea of that is preposterous, Your Honor.
Damn it, you knew she was planning something.
Let's revisit the basic facts of this case, shall we? Flintheart McCoy was murdered using a blade with a transmutation spell active on it. Mr. Cuthbert, why don't you tell me the spells that Lord Pierce knows?
Alright. His spells are Prestidigitation, Conjure Light, Conjure Water, Frost Wave, and Shape Liquid. Why are you panicking?
You've realized it too, haven't you? Lord Pierce doesn't know any transmutation spells that can be channeled through a solid object.
What? That can't be right. You're right. You're absolutely right, Lady Steelwind. I couldn't have possibly committed the murder. I see. With that in mind, that would leave the defendant as the only possible killer.
He was the only mage there. He has to be the real murderer.
But he doesn't know any transmutation spells that can affect a solid object. We can't prove that he stabbed him while casting magic.
Wait a minute. How did he do it then?
Huh? She's right. How did he do it then? If there's any traces of transmutation on the wound, then Flintheart was definitely stabbed by something magical. But none of his transmutation spells can affect the steel blade. Does that mean he used something else? The defense did cast some doubt on the witness testimony. Nevertheless, I must conclude that he must have committed the murder. With that in mind, please wait, Your Honor. We still cannot conclude that Lord Pierce couldn't have committed the crime. What are you on about? Lady Steelwind said it herself, you commoner. I don't know any spells that can be channeled through a metal blade. He's right, which can only mean one thing. You didn't use a metal blade, did you? The panic.
What nonsense is this? The autopsy report clearly states the wound was created by a blade. If he didn't channel magic through a blade, how could he possibly have committed the crime?
Yes, your claim seems quite contrary to the facts thus far, Mr. Cuthbert. What spell did Lord Pierce possibly use to kill the victim?
That one spell that shapes water.
Shaped
Into
liquid.
Complex. Yeah, that thing.
You see, Your Honor, Garrick Pierce didn't kill the victim using a sword. He killed him using an object shaped exactly like a sword.
What?
I'm afraid I don't quite understand, Mr. Cuthbert. I'd like for you, Court, to take a look at Lord Pierce's spell compendium. Garrick Pierce knows a seemingly insignificant spell called Shaped Liquid. With it, he can control the body of water and shape it into a complex shape he wants. Then he can freeze that state, and maintaining its current shape. A shape like, say, a sword.
What? No, is it possible that he...
What do you have to say for yourself, Lord Pierce? What do I have to say? Pierce's breathing becomes more frantic. He's clearly not used to being put in a corner like this. That's right, squirm, you little shit.
Oh, I'll put
Nope. We're not doing this, Renna. You're gonna watch your little crush suffer like the little bitch he is. Because this is what's gonna be the end to every noble who puts anyone down like this. Your crush is going to die.
No, I want to put him in the corner.
Nope. You're gonna see him hang on the noose. And I'm gonna tighten the rope right now. I'll tell you exactly what I have to say, Commoner. I'm not the one on trial here. We're here because that bastard child didn't know her place. She's just a peasant, yet she still learned the arcane arts. And look what happened. I saw the murder. I witnessed everything. That girl used our holy arts to murder her father in a fit of rage. Nope. Oh, man. Fuck.
Doesn't have to do with the... It has to be like something that they said.
Yeah, now I'm trying to remember.
Not that one.
No. No. I'm trying to remember what it is. It's not that. I don't think it's her occupation.
Definitely not. Maybe it's the fact that she got the job.
You mean the occupation?
Maybe.
I wish there was a way to read the profiles more. No, what I'm trying to do is find the, I saw the murder, I witnessed everything. You think it's this one? No, remember it says, I saw the murder, I witnessed everything, but we proved that he had to be close by. Do you think it's the map?
The spell, maybe? I think it might be the spell. The light spell.
I don't think so, because... No, wait. Do you
Because
think...
he needed to be closer.
Yeah. I don't know. Is there a way to, like, save... I hate save scumming, but if I have to, because I don't know how this one goes. Let me read this. Let me see. She's just a peasant like me. Look, the girl used our holy arts to murder her father in a fit of rage. I saw the murder, I witnessed everything. No. It probably is the spell. Try it. Huh?
I mean, they're probably not going to make you lose if you mess up one thing, so I'd say the spell.
And how, pray tell, did you see everything? If you recall, you testified that you only took a single step inside the inn. But you would have needed to be within 15 feet to see my client conjure light. This again? If you're going to keep treading on that one detail, then I admit it, I stepped further into the inn. I keep that detail out of my testimony. All because I knew that you used it to cast suspicion on me. Lord Pierce. But you didn't just keep that detail from your testimony, did you? You testified the opposite. That makes you guilty of committing perjury. Oh, you're right.
Yep.
No, I mean, look, you miserable wretch.
There you go.
Chat, give me some more rope. This guy's gonna be hanging, and he's gonna be hanging and hanging. And let's not stop there. For your story to be true, you would have needed to be 15 feet of my client. According to your testimony, my client had just committing a murder. Wouldn't she have not noticed you? If you were that close, then you would have surely been close enough to apprehend her. So why didn't you? Don't you have your duty as to your citizens? Shut up, you dirty peasant mouth. The woman was armed. I had no reason to put my life in danger. She was wielding her sword after the murder. I was terrified of holding the bloody sword. My life was in danger. No, because we see where the sword is. Here. But that can't be right, can it, Lord Pierce? This photo of the crime scene shows that the sword was left inside the victim's body. How could she still be wielding her sword if she left it in there? What? Damn you! Steelwind, why aren't you saying anything?
What?
Prosecutor Steelwind has lost her usual air of confidence. You find it strange, though. Even when you had the advantage, she always maintained her usual poise. Lord Pierce, pull yourself together. How can I remain calm when this charlatan is trying to frame me? This is a complete travesty of our justice system. I came here to reveal the truth and testify against that criminal. And what do I get? Slander from some lowly defense attorney? It's this last one I'm gonna have to figure out. Oh, wait. I came here to testify the truth, and he's been lying the whole time.
Yes.
You talk about justice, but you committed several acts of perjury to twist the outcome of this trial. You're clearly not acting in good faith. You don't care about justice. You just want to further your agenda. So admit it, Pierce. You created a makeshift sword using shape liquid, and you used it to impale Flintheart. You shoved my client's sword into the wound, while the remnants of the real murder weapon evaporated. It was a perfect crime, wasn't it? What? Take a good look, Renna. Your little crush. He's about to die by my hands right now.
No.
Lord Pierce, my apologies, Your Honor. It was just that I realized it's something absolutely hilarious. What? Has he finally lost his mind? The defense put forward an interesting theory, but there's one problem with it. And what's that? I think you said it yourself. You shoved Celeste's sword into the wound while the remnants of the real murder weapon evaporated away. It was the perfect crime, wasn't it? You see, it would have been a perfect crime because any evidence to support the theory would have evaporated with the frozen blade.
What?
No! He's right. If he used an ice blade to kill Flintheart, it would have evaporated by now. Then that means... Then there would be nothing left of the murder weapon. You spun quite a tale here today. But in the end, you don't have a shred of evidence to support it, do you? You have nothing on me!
Isn't there anything we can do?
You became quiet.
Aaron?
Why isn't he saying anything? Is it really hopeless? But all it takes is one look at the expression on your face. Any worry she had instantly disappears because she realizes that expression on your face is the same expression you made every time you defeated her. What is it? You can glare at me all you want. It won't change the fact that you've lost. I despise people like you. No. I actually do despise people like you. There's a reason.
If the blade doesn't exist, you must quit!
Oh no, Celtro. Sit your doggy ass back down, cause Rena, I'd stop laughing if I were you too. Rena. You see, I truly do despise people like this. Remember how I said I hated wizards, royalty, and people that call themselves heroes? Have you ever noticed the one thing, or why does it seem like for somebody that hates royalty that he hangs out with a few people who do the same thing? You know what I truly hate? Egotistical little shits who are willing to drop the smallest people to their deaths. And I'm looking at someone like this right now.
Celtro the royal wizard hero dog.
You twist the system to serve your own ends. You trample on the lives of innocent people. You're more than willing to kill people just to make yourselves look like the hero. You're more than willing to separate families. You're more than willing to put one man down and make his life a living hell just to play the hero. When I get my hands back in that time, I'm putting that entire royal family into the ground myself. And I don't care who stops me. And this is a message for everyone here. But as long as I'm here, I will never let that happen again.
Naught can remain concealed.
What did I just do? Your head feels like it's about to burst. The pain is unbearable and overwhelming. But at the same time, you feel an extreme sense of clarity. As if you could see more than you could before. Can't believe that present pushed me this far. Once again, you see Pierce's thoughts through the eyes of Horus. But the sensation feels different than how it usually is. It's more intense and potent this time. It's almost as if you could do more than just read surface level thoughts. After all the trouble I went to, I can't believe that lawyer figured out the spell I used. Well, no matter. It's not as if there's any evidence to prove I used it. I'm lucky that old fool would have the bottle of water with him. Water with bottle? Oh, there we go. Well then.
From the juice.
Then, I believe it's time for my leave. Now wait a minute, Pierce. What is it now, you wretch? I'll say it as many times as you need to hear. There is no evidence of liquefied weapon at the crime scene. Oh. You're right, Pierce. If you did use shape liquid on the body of water, the murder weapon would have evaporated entirely. It seems you've finally gotten that through your thick head. Bravo. But let's not get ahead of ourselves, Pierce. What if you didn't use shape liquid on a body of water? What if you used it on another type of liquid? What are you going on about? Pierce, shape liquid doesn't just work on water. It works on all kinds of liquids. This shattered bottle contains the liquid that you cast the spell on dead in it. You show him the picture of the shadow bottle locust juice. That bottle.
Locust juice?
Lotus. Pierce, I found the shattered bottle on the ground near the victim's body. I wonder what caused it to shatter. You must have decided to use any liquid you could find. Luckily for you, the victim was holding the perfect quantity of liquid in his hands. I wonder, Lord Pierce, if we had someone to analyze the broken pieces of bottle, would we find any traces of transmutation magic?
Uh-oh.
You little... that still proves nothing. So what if there are traces of magic on the shattered bottle? You still don't have a murder weapon? I wasn't finished, Pierce. What? You see, the liquid contained in the bottle wasn't water, it was soda. So, what difference does that make? A blade of ice made out of water would have evaporated entirely. But a blade of ice made out of soda would leave a puddle of dried residue. No, it can't be. I wonder why there was such a circular trace of magic under the body. If we check the outline of the trace, I bet we find a dry puddle of soda residue. That would prove that you used your magic on that soda. There's your murder weapon, Pierce.
Dun dun dun.
And that's checkmate. Chat, it's time to go French Revolution. Get the guillotine for this guy. Strip him of his title, and we're chopping his head off tonight.
Bailiff, tell Orem to analyze the crime scene at once. We must determine if the puddle of soda residue exists. The time window to find traces of magic is closing.
So we had our team search the crime scene for that soda puzzle. I really can't believe it, but we found it. In fact, the outline of the dried soda lines up exactly with the outline of the trace of transmutation magic. We checked the broken bottle too. There were traces of transmutation magic on it as well. There's no doubt about it. Someone used magic on that soda.
I see. Thank you, Orem. Please escort Lord Pierce back to the stand.
Not so pretty now, noble boy. What do you have to say for yourself, Pierce? What do you think you've accomplished here today? Do you honestly think you can indict me? I am an aristocrat from the highest echelons of society. That fool of a man was an insurgent. He was a threat to society, and I did my civic duty by removing him.
Objection!
Bailiff, please escort the witness to a holding cell.
Still win?
First-degree murder is punishable by execution, Lord Pierce.
Make it hurt.
I suggest you remain silent, lest you incriminate yourself further.
What? You can't be serious.
Shut your insidious mouth. Well, what are you all waiting for? Take him away.
Yes, take him away at once.
I can't believe we actually won.
It's all she could do to hold back her tears. You don't need to say anything. Your face says it all.
Thank you. You've more than exceeded my expectations today.
Miss Tamora.
I'll be honest. When I realized the murder weapon evaporated, I thought the case was shot. I can't believe you were able to turn that around.
It was just luck. If he had used water, we would have been done for.
It had nothing to do with luck. You were able to deduce which liquid he used. And you did by just looking at a few shards of broken glass. Your skill of deduction never ceases to amaze me.
That's not exactly true. But with Celeste there, you can't tell her about your new ability.
You all are quite lively. There's no need for such hostility. Though I wouldn't expect any less from the Hound of the Eye Taker.
Wait, what does she mean by that?
She's a dog.
You glance at Miss Timora, but when she meets your gaze, she immediately looks away. She looks like she's focusing. Almost as if she's protecting herself from a certain eye.
I must admit, I was hoping to test my blade against you directly. However, your protege proved to be a worthy adversary.
Thank you?
Is this the kind of game to you? You talk about trials as if there's some sort of competition. Your action almost condemned an innocent woman to death. Our system operates by having two powers of opposition. When those powers are balanced, justice prevails. Make no mistake, your victory today was our system working as intended. Oh, working as intended. You know very well our system only exists to protect your people. I know.
What?
In any case, it looks like we'll be facing each other more frequently in the future. I look forward to doing battle with you again, Tyrion Cuthbert.
What a strange girl.
Well, that kind of killed the mood, didn't it? Not at all. I think we should celebrate. Oh, what did you have in mind? There's this amazing restaurant in the upper quarter of the capital city. They usually only serve nobles, but they let anyone in that they've had enough gold.
Wait, do we have enough gold?
Oh, of course we do. Don't worry about the details. I just got a little busy. I'll handle everything.
Wait, just how much money does Miss Timora make?
Don't worry about it, darling.
And so I begin my journey into the world of law and magic. Our justice system is rotten to its core, and I have many trials ahead. Regardless, I'll keep fighting on and get justice for every one of my clients.
Yay. Perfect time to end.
I know. Looks like it's going straight to the next episode.
Save.
Or I don't know how to save in this one. Oh, here we go.
Hello.
Huh. It's not saving? I guess we can just kind of play it through. This feeling, I knew it. His radiant soul has finally awakened. I can't believe it. I've been waiting for so long. I can't wait for the day when I can see his eyes draped in agony. Oh, there we go. That was the ending part, that's why.
Oh. Is there only one episode?
No, there's 4. We just gotta click on the next one.
Got it.
Um,
Okay. Well, bedtime for me.
I'm gonna go see if somebody else is streaming this game. And if not, I'll Nope, just me again.
Alright.
I don't know. You got any ideas? Wait, somebody's playing Ace Attorney. No.
There you go.
Yeah. We could do an Ace Attorney raid. Alright. Well, I know you gotta go to bed.
Yep.
Have a good night.
Good night.
And just remember, I murdered that mobile. That murder. You know what
The
I mean.
mobile.
No, I made sure that noble...
You murdered a mobile.
What the fuck does that even mean?
You murdered a mobile.
How do I murder a mobile?
I don't know.
No, I destroyed a noble's life. So, we're gonna go right into Haruni Sumira, because they're doing Ace Attorney. And, I hope you all have a good night, because next week we're doing more of this. And thankfully, we already know what the next game after this is gonna be. You want to tell them, or should I? Did you leave already? Oh, she left. I'll tell you all next time. But for now, have a good night, everybody.